Shock and disbelief.
They were a, family, 2 kids, 2 boys, just like us.
Diane lives just a few doors down from the home where a mother, her 2 sons, and her parents were gunned down.
Last night when this was all going down, we came out and somebody said, "Get inside, there's an active shooter." And we were like, "Oh my God, it's William's house. Like, that there's kids in there. What do you mean there's an active shooter?" And I went inside, I grabbed my baby because there's windows in their room, and it was.
On July 10th of 2024, 911 dispatchers would receive a call about a male in distress and suffering from a gunshot wound. He was barely clinging to life. The caller stated that the male was a neighbor who stumbled from the house next door and claimed that his 54-year-old son-in-law had fired shots at him. When rescuers arrived at the 400 block of Kitty Hawk Road in Alameda, California, they found an unresponsive male laying on the pavement, and he was bleeding profusely. Despite multiple attempts to try to save him, the 70-year-old man was pronounced deceased shortly. Authorities from the Alameda Sheriff's Department would be greeted by a 54-year-old male by the name of Shane Killian. Shane was standing outside on his front porch, and deputies immediately arrested him. Shane had also called 911 just minutes after his father-in-law, who was later identified as 70-year-old Miguel Ramirez. During his 911 call, 54-year-old Shane Killian would tell 911 dispatchers that his 37-year-old wife, Brenda, had took the life of herself, her father, Miguel, her mother, Marta, her 6-year-old son, William, and critically injuring her 1-year-old son, Wesley, before turning the gun on herself. The only problem with that story was Shane didn't realize that his 70-year-old father-in-law, Miguel, had already used his last dying breath and named Shane as the person who had opened fire on his whole household. When authorities had presented this information to Shane, he immediately changed his story, and he stated that his father-in-law, Miguel, was accidentally shot when Shane and his wife, Brenda, was fighting for the firearm. Deputies would ask Shane why was he the only one who didn't get shot. He stated that he ducked just in time through the grace of God. And of course, authorities didn't believe his story, so they booked him in the Santa Rita jail in Dublin, California on 4 counts of taking his family's life. Shane Killian would tell investigators that on July 10th of 2024, he would rent a nearby hotel and expected the family to join him because he wanted to use their pool to beat the heat. Shane then stated that he drank a couple of beers, which caused him and his wife Brenda to argue about the drinking. He then said that while he went to lay in his room, he began hearing shots, and his wife Brenda began firing shots at the family. When authorities began their search on the house during the time of the massacre on July 10th of 2024, they will find Shane's wife Brenda lying on the floor holding on to an unregistered pistol. The pistol would later be identified as the one that took the lives of all family members. The police would also find 4 other weapons in the home, which included 2 rifles, 2 pistols, a machete, a BB gun, and numerous boxes of ammunition. Shane Parrish Killian was born on February 5th of 1970 in Murphy, North Carolina. He attended Murphy High School and later attended Tri-County Community College, where he studied welding technology. His wife, Brenda Natalie Morales, was born in El Salvador She and Shane would have their first child together on March 13th of 2018, and they will name him William. The couple will eventually get married on September 23rd of 2019, and they will make the move to Alameda shortly. The couple would welcome their second child years later on April 4th of 2023, named Wesley. Brenda and Shane seem to adore their family life and new beginnings, until Brenda's parents, Miguel and Marta, would move into the family home with Shane, Brenda, and their two sons, 6-year-old William and 1-year-old Wesley. Tensions would begin to arise as Shane and Miguel would have a strained relationship, which caused many arguments between Shane and his wife, Brenda. And just a week after the tragic massacre, 1-year-old Wesley would succumb to his injuries and would pass away at the Children's Hospital in Oakland, California. Shane Killian pleaded not guilty on all charges. He is currently being held at the Santa Rita Jail in Dublin, California. His arraignment was postponed until August 30th of 2024 and later moved to October 24 of this month. But no other information was provided on that court date, but his pretrial does start for December 6th of 2024 at the Renee Davidson's Alameda Courthouse. He faces life in prison if he is convicted of all charges. Shane Killian continues to blame his wife Brenda for taking the lives of Miguel, Marta, William, and Wesley. Just a few weeks after their death, Brenda, Miguel, Marta, and her two sons, William and Wesley, was put to rest in El Salvador. This case is currently ongoing. In the meantime, please continue to pray for the family of Marta, Miguel, Brenda, and her two young sons, William and Wesley, and may they receive the justice that they deserve. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and to share for more of these cases and great content. Until next time, don't forget to pray for each other, love each other, and be nice to each other. Thanks for watching.